Running inside. It's Young. Found a little space, and he's got forward to the 35.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
Throwing, Lewis. And the defense got him at the 27.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Rides to the back. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Offense a little backed up here, and boy, would it help to convert this 3rd down. The corners are walked up tight. On 3rd down, here's Watson. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game even.
It's a fumble. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Snags it, and there's running room. Touchdown, Buffaloes! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
He'll bring it out. It's Farmer. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. UCF hoping to get things rolling here on offense. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. Wants to throw. It's Barnett. Rushes on him. And he'll just get rid of that one.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this 1st down.
So now it's 2nd and long. Sends it back in motion. Off the play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Hits the accelerator to the right. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, UCF!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by 1. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And boy, did they finish with a huge play in the passing game, scoring from 85 yards out. From inside the 10, here he comes. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. The Buffs offense ready to begin this drive. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Now on second down. Lewis. Grabbed over the middle. It's Perry. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time. And you saw all of it on that in route.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Lewis to throw. Escapes the pressure to his right. Throws to the tight end. And they can't make the connection. They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's Lewis to throw. That's reeled in. It's Perry. And they pick up just a few on that completion. And the Buffaloes are in the hurry up. It's Lewis again. He'll pull it down and run. Turning it on. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
That's the danger as a defense when you blitz this guy on third down. If you don't get him to the ground right away or someone's out of a gap, his scrambling ability can hurt you, and that's exactly what happened. He saw open field, he took off, and he was able to go get the first down.
Lewis on the play action. Quickly to the tight end. They make the stop at the 37, but not before he's got 10 yards and the first down.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
Slants against man. That wide receiver has to win right now at the line of scrimmage against that DB playing man coverage. Quarterback, timing with the wide receiver, put it on the money. Wide receiver's probably still going to get hit too and got to hold on to that thing.
All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, the offense didn't have the result they wanted on that first drive, having to punt, but they're having a lot more success here on the second drive. They're having some balance, and they're getting a rhythm. I think a big part of that is their ability to run the football. Very, very important to them, and doing a nice job on that last play, picking up the first down.
The Buffaloes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work.
Hey, take it. 80-22, let's go. 80-22, let's go.
And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty.
Here we go, ready. Go.
Throwing. Lewis. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On third down, here's Watson. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. That's the end of the quarter, and UCF has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. The Knights will send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Lewis. Here's a heat. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Pressure coming. Makes the grab. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30. And the Buffaloes want to move quickly.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
It's complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
And the Buffaloes are marching down the field. Might be changing the route.
Here we go. Over. Ready, go.
Here's Lewis to throw. Here's the pressure. Unleashes one. It's caught.
It's so much nicer when you're a defensive coordinator and you're calling plays and you know exactly where that quarterback is going to be. This guy, not the case. He needs to scramble. He just scrambles out of the pocket and still makes big-time plays.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Jumped on top of the pile.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
It'll be 3rd and long. Motion from the back. Quick catch on 3rd down. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Good play call on defense. 3rd down in that situation, you're just playing a big zone. You want everybody having their eyes on the quarterback, playing in their areas, and you want them rallying to the football. As soon as that running back caught the ball, they all came screaming in. They were able to make the tackle and now set up 4th.
This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Mark him down right there, but he's got plenty for the 1st down and to keep this drive moving. The Buffaloes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The run inside. It's Young. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Throwing, Lewis. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
Hand off, Duke Watson running left. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Buffs! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The Buffaloes calling their first timeout. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Going for 2 here to try to make the lead 7.
Here we go. Ready, go.
Trying to barge their way in.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Down to 2 minutes to play in the half, and the referees signal for the 2-minute timeout. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. He lets it fly. It's broken up. They took a shot, and he was equal to the challenge to knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pocket breaking down, and he never had a chance.
And how about the inside linebacker flying through there? You see those guys come up, and you see how fast they can come up and fit the run. But how about blitzing the quarterback, getting to the quarterback, getting the big sack?
The Knights will call on their punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. They'll send the back in motion. Wide receiver going in motion. Using his feet. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense.
Well, not a great run there, but I think what the coaching staff is trying to do is they're trying to help out their quarterback. He's thrown interceptions on each of his last 2 drives. The best way to try to settle him down is to get the running game established. But I think the defense is aware of that right now, loading the box. Everybody up front is ready for the run.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Young. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Gets the back moving.
Go!
He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on 3rd down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a 4th down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time.
Here we go, ready. Slap. Ready, go.
Lewis to throw for it on 4th. Working that left side now. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? To the air, it's Barnett. Bringing the heat. And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Looking for a deep man. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here. Late in the first half, they're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Lewis. Under fire. Sends it downfield. And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
Hey, some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To throw, it's Barnett. Quick completion on the out. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Oh, on a play, it's intercepted. Takes it the other way. Oh, and he ruins the big gator with a fumble. The offense very fortunate to get that ball back. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We begin with Oklahoma taking on the number 4 team, the Texas Longhorns.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
And it's the Sooners with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And that's 4 straight on the season for this team as they continue what is now a nice little streak. And as we check in on these notable matchups this week, we're reminded of just how meaningful every week in college football truly is.
Watson again. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
That linebacker shot through the hole so fast and timed up that snap count perfectly, getting the big hit on the running back for the tackle for loss.
Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And that's a picture-perfect start for this defense. To start the second half now, your team's got the lead. You get to stop right away, get the ball right back to your offense to try to expand this lead. Nice start to the second half.
He's got it. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. On the run, it's Young. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Got a man. It's Atkins. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. And the Buffaloes will hustle to the line.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum. And
it's his fourth interception of the game. Got some room to run. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Knights! The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And this defense comes up with another big play, man. They get the pick six. They get the mistake. They've been flying all over the field, playing well with their hair on fire, Palmer, forcing some turnovers, really doing a good job of confusing this QB.
Yeah, and on offense for the quarterback, you've got to stop with the turnovers. Now, obviously, turnovers lose you games. When you allow defensive touchdowns, the analytics show you your losing probability goes way up. Right now, they'd be out comfortably ahead if he would just stop giving the football to the other team. They need to settle him down before he gets back out on the field.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point...
Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Colorado! And that one will put them up here in the second half. Getting set for the point after. Oh, and they blocked it. He's got it. He can take this back for two. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board.
18, UCF 15.
He'll bring it out. It's Farmer. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to throw, it's Barnett. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. Oh, and the ball squirts out near their own goal line. And they are fortunate to get the ball back, but unfortunate to have a long way to go after that loss.
You know, quarterbacks practice ball security as well throughout the week, and he has to do a better job of keeping two hands on the ball. He knows this defense is trying to rip it out and trying to get a hat on the football. He's lucky that he was able to recover his own fumble there.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Oh, what a move to get room. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line, and when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. The handoff for Watson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Now the play fake. Moving out to the right. He's knocked down short game, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry.
And, man, I love his courage to run the football, and I think it's necessary for the team. Sometimes you got to do that, but, man, see the surroundings, right? Like, knowing guys are around you. He gets hit late at the end of that play, and he got decked. You do not want to take those shots throughout a game. They will add up, and sometimes it will affect your throwing. That's too big of a hit to be taken for this quarterback.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Knights will punt this one away. That leg is staying loose. Already the 5th kick of the night. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Play fake, Lewis. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive.
And they bring the blitz. I mean, you could tell they want to make him feel uncomfortable as quick as possible, and you can see him. He takes off with the football, and they just trying to get to him, try to get him on the ground. But this defense choosing to blitz right now in this football game.
Motion from the wideout. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. On the gun on 3rd down, Lewis. And they can't make the play on 3rd down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up 4th down, they only have a 1-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
And the Buffaloes will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Fields the punt, wants to make a play. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Duke Watson. Hard running there. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Watson. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the 3rd. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. After swapping into the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Got a little grass. The 20, 10, touchdown, UCF! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good. Finds his rhythm after shanking a couple. Sometimes you hope a return will give you good field position. Sometimes it puts a touchdown on the board like that 93-yarder just did. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. And now, deep in the 4th quarter, a chance to go down the field and take the lead in this ball game. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Caught in the backfield, it's Watson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
And this guy's just never been able to get into a rhythm all game long. Whether it's been because of pressure or the defense disguising their coverages, it just doesn't seem right. And as a result, he's now thrown 3 picks in this game.
The Bucs offense ready to begin this drive. So the defense sets them up for that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punch in a score, and they'll go home with the W. They're there to stop him at the 21 after a pickup of 2.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Here's Lewis to throw. Makes the catch. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on 1st and goal, but they can also drain the clock. He's going for the goal line. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they've padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
Number 65, set to kick this one away.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And the returner is stopped. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Finds a tight end down the gut. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. That's the way to give yourself some breathing room. Now the second play of the drive from the 36. Looking to throw on 1st down. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be 2nd down.
And almost another interception for this defense. They've been picking him off like crazy. They've shut down this passing attack, creating so many big plays. This defense is dialed in, locked in, and really creating havoc for this offense.
Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
And when you're trailing by a couple possessions in the 4th quarter, you can't do much of this, much more. I mean, this offense has to find a way to attack the sidelines, the middle of the field, deep down the field. It can't be the little dink and dunk. This offense has got to find some explosive play.
Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Now on the move. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Knights have their offense in high gear. Wants to throw on 1st down. Release to the back. And he throws another interception, his third of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some guys just have a knack of finding the football, and he is one of them. Like, you can just tell when the ball's in the air, he's like, that is mine. His second big game-changing play in this football game.
The Colorado offense comes out to go on the attack. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. Reads it, fires complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Knights going to go ahead and call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Lewis. That's caught. It's Young. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. UCF wants to take a moment. They use their second timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They'll turn to the Wildcat to keep this drive alive. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the snap, it's Williams.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Sends it back in motion. To the air again, Lewis. Stepping to the right. There he goes. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced than a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help it.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buffs! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Knights start this drive as the offense looks ready to go. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity gift.
Oh, he wants it all. And that'll be incomplete, man.